Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're journeying back in time, 600 years to be exact, to witness the creation of one of the world's most magnificent architectural wonders, the Forbidden City in Beijing. This isn't just a story about buildings. It's a saga of immense ambition, incredible ingenuity, and the sheer power of an emperor's will. So how do you build a palace complex so vast it's literally a city within a city? And how do you do it in the early 15th century, without any of the modern machinery we take for granted today? Let's dig in. Our story begins with the Yongle Emperor, the third ruler of the Ming dynasty. After seizing the throne in 1402, he made a monumental decision to move the capital from Nanjing in the south back to his power base in the north, Beiping, which he would rename Beijing, meaning northern capital. But a new capital needed a new palace, one that would project his divine authority and solidify his rule. This wasn't just about building a home. It was about creating a terrestrial mirror of the celestial realm, a place where the Son of Heaven would govern the earthly world. The scale of this project was mind-boggling. Construction officially began around 1406 and would involve, by some estimates, over 1 million laborers, including soldiers, conscripted peasants, and some of the most skilled artisans from across the empire. The chief architects, men like Tai Xin, Nguyen An, and the renowned Kuai Xiang, were tasked with turning the emperor's grand vision into a tangible reality. First, you need materials. And not just any materials. The Forbidden City was built with the finest resources the vast Ming Empire could offer. Imagine this: gigantic logs of precious Phoebe Genin wood, essential for the massive columns in the main halls, had to be harvested from the treacherous, remote forests of Sichuan, thousands of kilometers to the southwest. Transporting these logs, some weighing many tons, was a Herculean task. It often took years for a single log to reach Beijing, floated down rivers and hauled overland by teams of men. Many lives were lost in this perilous process. The wood was so precious it was often referred to as gold thread nan mu. Then there's the stone. The massive marble slabs used for the grand staircases and terraces, especially the famous 9-dragon relief stone behind the Hall of Preserved Harmony, are a marvel of engineering. This single piece of stone weighs over 200 tons. So how did they move it from the quarry, about 70 kilometers outside Beijing? They couldn't just lift it. Instead, they waited for winter. Workers would dig wells every 500 meters along the route, pour water onto the road to create a thick sheet of ice, and then slide the colossal stone block over the frozen surface, pulled by an army of men and mules. It's an incredible example of using natural elements to overcome an impossible challenge. And what about the iconic yellow-tiled roofs that shimmer like gold in the sun? Yellow was the exclusive color of the emperor, symbolizing his supreme power and connection to the earth element in Chinese cosmology. Millions of these glazed ceramic tiles were produced in special imperial kilns near Beijing. Each tile was meticulously crafted and fired to achieve that perfect, vibrant hue. When you look at the Forbidden City from above, it's a sea of imperial yellow, a breathtaking statement of power. Even the bricks were special. The golden bricks, or jinjuan, that paved the floors of the most important halls weren't actually made of gold. They got their name from the metallic sound they made when struck and their immense value. Each brick was made from a special clay from the Suzhou region, put through a complex, months-long process of soaking, crushing, molding, and firing. The result was a paving stone so smooth and dense it felt like polished stone underfoot. Now let's talk design. The entire complex is a masterpiece of feng shui and cosmological symbolism. It's laid out on a perfect north-south axis, which was considered the most auspicious alignment. The layout is all about hierarchy and order. The outer court, with its 3 grand halls, the Hall of Supreme Harmony, the Hall of Central Harmony, and the Hall of Preserved Harmony, was the public and ceremonial space. This is where the emperor held grand ceremonies, state banquets, and presided over the empire. The scale here is designed to inspire awe and diminish the individual, reinforcing the emperor's supreme status. The Hall of Supreme Harmony, the largest wooden structure in all of China, was the epicenter of imperial power. Imagine standing in that vast courtyard, surrounded by hundreds of officials, all silent, awaiting the emperor's appearance on the high throne. The architecture itself commands respect and obedience. Behind the outer court lies the inner court. This was the private residential area for the emperor and his family. The atmosphere here is more intimate, with smaller courtyards, gardens, and palaces. This is where the emperor lived, worked on daily state affairs, and where the empress and concubines resided. The separation between the outer and inner courts was absolute, a physical barrier between the public, masculine world of governance and the private feminine world of the imperial household. The entire complex is surrounded by a 10-meter-high wall and a 52-meter-wide moat. These weren't just for defense. They were symbolic boundaries, separating the sacred imperial space from the mundane world outside. For nearly 500 years, no ordinary person could enter without permission, hence its name, the Forbidden City. Incredibly, this massive construction project, covering 72 hectares with almost 1,000 buildings, was largely completed in just 14 years, by 1420. The speed and efficiency are a testament to the incredible organizational power of the Ming state and the sheer human effort involved. When the Yongle Emperor officially moved in and declared Beijing the new capital in 1421, he was stepping into a world he had willed into existence. A world built of rare wood, precious stone, and imperial yellow tiles, all arranged according to ancient principles to create the perfect cosmic center on Earth. Today, when we walk through the Palace Museum, as it's now called, we're treading on those same golden bricks, looking up at the same intricate roof eaves, and passing through gateways that were once closed to all but a select few. Every detail, from the dragon motifs to the color schemes, tells a story of power, belief, and astonishing human achievement. It stands as a silent witness to the rise and fall of dynasties and the enduring legacy of China's imperial past. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the construction of the Forbidden City. It's a story that truly captures the imagination. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into history. Let me know in the comments what other historical marvels you'd like to explore. See you next time.